Good morning and welcome to the second video in our bridge build series. So if you watched our previous video, you would have seen me take out this bridge here, and I went through some of the problems that we were having with it. So if you missed out on that video, there is a link up in the top corner so you can catch up with what's happened so far. But I ended that video saying I'm going to have to make some sort of footings for this bridge because the old bridge was built directly onto the clay and I'm not happy doing that. Plan for today is I'm taking these old boards that I've reclaimed from the old bridge. I'm going to put some sort of wooden boxing in here and I am going to backfill it with gravel. I'm really not looking forward to this because that is really sticky clay and I'm going to absolutely filthy. But let's see how we get on. So like I said, the footings are going to be made mostly from reclaimed materials. So I've got a selection of posts there and I've got a selection of beams here. So if you're thinking those beams look a lot cleaner than they did last week, that is because we had horrendous weather over the weekend and they've pretty much been jet washed. So yeah, now the footings themselves don't need to be desperately strong because the bulk of the weight is going to be taken by posts in the water. Not these posts, I am going to be replacing those, but that's what's going to take the bulk of the weight. This is literally to try and make some sort of connection between the bridge and the land here. So I need to build two boxes. I need to build one as a lower box that sticks out far into the water there, and that is what the bridge is actually going to sit on the end of the bridge. And then I need to build a second box further back on the bank here to basically retain the path here to stop it from pushing up against the bridge. Now, this path here is gravel. It has literally just been put straight down onto the clay and it is a lovely firm solid surface. As you can see over here, there is no gravel and it is just soft squishy clay. So my plan is to dig out some of that clay there, put the box in and then backfill it with gravel. Now the clay that I dig out, I'm not going to take too far. I'm literally going to pile it to the side here because that bank there I think could do with a little bit of building up. But I am going to put some of that side on some this side, because in this half here I've got glyceria, which is an aquatic grass, and that stuff spreads like crazy and I really don't want it. So I don't want to spread any of it over there because then it'll just spread through this area here and swamp that lot out. So yeah, I think best thing to do is to start working and we'll see how we can get on. Okay, well that's this side done, and I'm so pleased with how it's going. It's been a lot easier than I was expecting. So that first box that I put down, I measured that off the water level, so that should be perfectly flat. It's sticking out 2 inches higher than the water level, so that means when I build the bridge from there, the bridge should be 2 inches off the water level. I've then built the second box onto the top of it. That edge sits directly onto that box, so that should be perfectly level. This one here I use a spirit level on, so should be close enough. And then obviously I've backfilled it with gravel. Now the gravel isn't as compact as I'd like, but obviously we've got that layer of clay underneath. So I've pushed the gravel down as I've added it in, and it has pushed down into that clay. But it's going to take a while for it to almost set. So if you keep walking over it, it actually brings moisture to the surface and makes it worse. It makes it more sloppy. So I need to just leave this and let it settle. So that's all I'm going to do to this for today. Now at some point I do want to dig that pile of clay out from the middle there, which I'm going to put down here, but that's it for this end. So I'm now going to take a look at the other end. Right, so down at this end you can see they previously had the bridge sort of triangle at the end. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut the bridge square because it's just so much easier to build it. Now there is this concrete here, but I don't have to worry about that. That is only a thin layer that they stuck on the surface just to stop it from wearing away. Now that's actually going to be useful because I can break that up and use that as backfill, because obviously I'm going to have to build this up quite a bit. Now I'm going to do basically the same design as I've done down there. One big box for the bridge to sit on, and then a slightly smaller box to lead up to the bridge. Now I am running a little bit low on the wood over there, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to get out. I'll take the big piece, I'll measure and see how big a area I can do. I might end up cutting it into this bank here and sort of bringing the bridge longer, which would be nice, but yeah, we'll see. Right, let's get on. Well, it was a lot of faffing, and it wasn't really necessary. I didn't have to do this. So the frame here, it doesn't matter if it's wonky. It doesn't have to be square to the bridge. I'm just doing it because I want it to be. But now I've been using this wire. It's actually the electric fence, but if you hold that up and look down it, you can see at the very far end the board that I've put in. First of all, it's just on the inside of that, and that leaves enough space between those posts and the wire at this end for a board here. So it should be pretty much in line, which is nice. Well, I am rapidly losing the light and I still need to put the tools away, so I'm going to leave it here for tonight. But I've got another platform ready for the bridge, 2 inches above the water level. So that bit is settled. I just need to do the bit that goes on top of this to sort of raise the path level up. So right, I shall see you in a bit. Okay, well, let's get this finished. Well, it's looking good, but I'm running low on gravel. I need to go and get another load. But yeah, timber deliveries just turned up, so I've got to go and unload that as well. And BT have turned up, so they're going to be taking a telegraph pole down in the car park, so I've got to go and speak to them. And then there's a fisherman that wants some bait in the shop, so it's all go. I've got to go and get on with that. I'm back in a moment. Okay, well, that's the timber unloaded and the fisherman's happy. BT are working away, and I've got a trailer full of gravel, so let's carry on. Okay, well, that's this footing sorted, so I need to leave it overnight for it to settle down, but that means the next couple of days I should be able to start building the bridge back. So there's a couple of bits that I still need to do before I can start building back. So I do want to replace this fence post here. I've got to get those posts down in the middle there, and I still need to dig that clay out from the middle there as well. So I probably won't record those, so I'm going to end this video here. Make sure you're subscribed, because then you won't miss out on the next section where I start to put the bridge back, and I shall see you later. Really churned this grass up, haven't I? It's amazing what one man and a wheelbarrow can do.